there's a real joy being an emerging artist rather than an established artist. And I've heard this said a couple of times, and I really agree with it. You have so much more freedom when people don't really know you. So you can get a lot of interesting things out of your system, so to speak. Like you can try and experiment with, with everything and just throw it out there and see what happens. And I don't know how long it will take me before I feel like, okay, I've tried all the things and now I can narrow it down to like 2 or 3 kind of approaches. So, I mean, they all work. So I guess it's just a question of where am I going to land? And I really don't even know. And I know that, oh man, I've had so many conversations with other artists where there's just like this kind of pained feeling of, I gotta figure out my style, and why am I all over the place? Like, do I know a single artist who doesn't say that? Yes, actually, I do know a couple of people who don't say that, but it seems like I know so many people who are like, my work is all over the place. So anyway, I've definitely gone from total abstraction to total realism and a whole bunch of stuff in between. But now I'm dealing with something in this very single series because I started the series over a year ago and then took a long break in between. And now I'm seeing, oh man, how is this going to all fit together? The way it's all going to fit together is that it's the same theme, but let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, this isn't the series, but I just want to point out it takes a lot of discipline to hold back and keep things at the very minimum. So I'm really entranced with the idea of when you get closer to something, it just comes apart into these distinct brush strokes that some of them aren't even attached to each other, and it's just almost coming apart at the seams. I'm really interested in that. And even though this piece also allows for some coming apart at the seams action and restraint, as you can see, I feel like I'm becoming more and more attracted to it being a little bit more buttoned up, a little bit more detailed, a little bit more, I don't know, representational. I'm really torn between leaving things open for the viewer to finish with their eye and also just doubling down with a detail. I think I'm going to figure it out, and I think one of the ways that I'm going to be able to let the viewer finish things off in their minds is with this idea of figure ground dissolution. So this cat's head is not like this shape, but the cat has merged into the inside of the shoe. And so it's very pleasing for the viewer to kind of decide that in their mind instead of you spelling it out for them. So the series that I'm working on right now is going to be a culinary series. And this is a piece that I worked on last year, almost a year ago. And as you can see, I have done what I think is a very good job of just suggesting things so that I haven't over-explained it to people. And I'm pleased with how this turned out. But then, check out this work in progress. I couldn't help myself. I had to do it. This is not loose in any way. I mean, I guess it's a little loose. It's definitely, like, my idea is, I do really want to build this guy with paint. And I have, for example, not allowed only gradients as an illusion. Like I've broken this up into separate, distinct, pre-mixed brush strokes. But look at this. There are no holes here. What do I mean by no holes? Well, just every single bit of this canvas is accounted for. You know, I've gone over everything more than once. It's just like packed with brush strokes versus this, there's holes everywhere and it's intentional. And I love it. It's like she is like the composition is solid, you know, like it's a structure that's very clear. But then when you come in, you realize, oh, you can even see the underpainting or the, you know, the underlayer so easily. You know exactly what's going on. And so this to me, I feel like is a sort of a generous move. It allows people into the painting. But then I look at this and I'm like, oh, come on. This is cool. You know, like I can't stop looking at it. And it's not even done yet. Like, for example, I got to work on this towel and the lemons. And then this isn't even finished, this thing. This, I think it's a dough ball. I honestly don't even know. But like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I love this. I love them both. Can't get into, yeah, like I love them both. And then this is like the first layer of this one. And like I just love it like this, you know. This is great before I've even finished it. Like I could just stop right now and this would be cool. And then, but I think this one's headed towards something like this. And then I showed you this one the other day, and I only worked just on the wall and like, oh, in the window. And so, you know, I let myself go ahead and do the illusion of gradients here, but I love it. You know, it's just like really fun. And I've been sort of resisting doing that so that I could have it be, here's one that's also not finished, but like, I feel like I could be done right now with this one too. Like the imperfections, the under layer of that hot pink just showing through. Like my plan is something that's a lot more finished, or a lot more, you know, I guess refined is the word. And this one also still has a way to go, but I could stop right now. Like, this is like 2 parts of me here, you know? Like, I'm so excited about this. I don't know, I just love it. But I love them all. I love all the different stages of finishedness. And I think maybe my end point will be something that is a combination of totally open and raw, but with some refinement. I don't know, this one, I feel like this one is mostly raw, although I did spend so much time on it. Really, every single part of this was very carefully considered. So, yeah, maybe as I work on these final pieces, you know, the ones I was just talking about, I could try to somehow incorporate these two into one image, these two approaches. I don't know. What do you think? Think it'd work? Might. How about you? What approach appeals to you more when you're painting, or do you strive to find a combination of both as well? Let me know in the comments. And if you have any other opinions about this sort of raw versus buttoned up kind of look. Anyway, bottom line, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to be able to be in this state where I have the total freedom to investigate this without a gallery freaking out. I mean, I don't know, do galleries freak out? Without anybody freaking out about me switching things up. I ran into and met a woman at an art supply store who is an established artist at one of the best galleries in our town of Seattle. And she has a very passionate base of collectors. And when I met her, she was lamenting the fact that she had gone on a residency and essentially changed her entire style, like a completely different look. And both her collectors and her gallery were both, well, her collectors were kind of upset, you know, and the gallery, I think the gallery went with it. And honestly, both of her approaches were just beautiful. And but I think it was a real stressful thing for her. Whereas for me, I mean, not only is it okay that I haven't got it figured out, but I really love being able to talk about it with you. In a way, this me not having it figured out is sort of like the life equivalent of this painting, because I'm showing you the holes. You know, I do not have my art career buttoned up in any way. So, and I appreciate that. I appreciate it when other people share that with me, and I like to be able to share it with you, because I think the time for having a curated life for people to feel envious of is over. Let's just figure this stuff out together. All right, well, thanks for witnessing this very rough and raw situation. Well, let's go explore the depths of this thing that we call our art practice and come out the other side ready to explore some more. All right, see you next time.